It's time for Waking Up with Wesley. Today's forecast and weather-wide discussion with WLOX First Alert Weather's senior meteorologist, Wesley Williams.
Waking Up with Wesley is sponsored by Exclusive Auto Brokers. For the best deals on wheels, visit Exclusive Auto Brokers on Beatline Road in Long Beach.
Well, good morning, South Mississippi. This is meteorologist Aaron Colby filling in for Wesley today. Things are looking really good out there right now. This is a live look at the Hancock Whitney camera over in Gulfport, and it is a beautiful sight out there. We do have mostly clear skies across the area, and radar all clear as of right now. Things really overall have been great all morning long. You can see even the wasps are enjoying the drier conditions out there right now. This is at the Gulfport Airport. It's currently 80 degrees. Winds are calm and humidity is very high. You can see the heat index on the bottom row there, also known as the feels like temperature, is already in the mid 80s, and we're going to continue to see that rise as we go into the afternoon hours. So overall, in terms of the forecast for today, things are looking really nice. Now, you can see here temperatures elsewhere across South Mississippi. Well, things are really starting to heat up, especially along the coast. Many spots over 80 degrees. A little bit further inland, a couple of high 70s out there, but even further inland, things are also starting to cross that 80-degree mark. And as we head into the afternoon hours, things will also begin to really crank on up. Many of us will be in about those low to mid 90s across the area, as well as the potential for at least a few stray showers, maybe a storm or two. Just like the past several days, we are looking at the potential for a few scattered showers and thunderstorms, so we will be keeping an eye out for those. But at the same time, we also do have to be keeping out for the heat. Of course, stay hydrated and make sure you have a way to go back indoors if you need to, take a break in the shade or back in the air conditioning. Those will be big helps if you're out there for long periods of time. Looking at the radar right now, all clear across South Mississippi. We are not seeing any rain anywhere within the viewing area, and at least for the next few hours, that trend should continue with those mostly clear skies. Let's look at the picture, the bigger picture overall. This is looking at water vapor upstairs in the atmosphere, jet level, if you will. And you can see we're tucked directly in between these two high pressure systems. And with that, we have drier air in the area, but with what we typically see with these high pressure domes, you do have a lot of these showers, storms, these disturbances riding along the jet stream, getting pushed around the edge of these high pressure systems. You're also going to note there's that big dip in the jet stream directly in between them. That trough is also going to be what brings our rain chances up as we go later into the week. So let's talk about Futurecast here. It has been fairly consistent throughout the day today. You will be seeing the potential for at least a few scattered showers and storms becoming a little bit more numerous, especially as you go into the late afternoon and evening hours. Now, these storms are very highly dependent on that daylight heating, so they will tend to spark up a lot more during the hottest parts of the day, and they quickly dissipate and fade away as you go into the late evening hours. So you'll see that happen on Futurecast here. And we can't rule out at least one or two of these becoming strong with the potential for heavy rainfall, frequent lightning, or even some gusty winds with some of those storms. So we'll keep an eye out for that over the course of the afternoon hours. But just like the past several days, it will be very hit or miss with those storms. Heat index here, of course, very dependent on cloud cover and rainfall, which is what you see trying to enter there on the left side of the screen. But overall, during the mid-afternoon hours, most of us seeing that heat index creep up to about 100 to 105. So that's why it's very important. You need to stay hydrated. If you have plans to stay outdoors for long periods of time later this afternoon, you need to start hydrating now. Make sure you have plenty of that water well before you're even out there. With the heat index values that high, of course, the biggest concerns would be extreme caution for things like heat stress, cramps, heat exhaustion. Those will be those early indicators that you need to go ahead, move back inside, drink some more water, maybe limit prolonged activity outside if you can. That way you're not being exposed to these very high triple-digit heat index values. Now, especially as we keep moving forward, let's talk briefly about the tropics. The good news here in the tropics is that there is no activity expected. The National Hurricane Center showing that no systems will be expected over about the next 5 to 7 days. So that does give us a good window here with fairly high confidence that we are not expecting any activity. This is mainly because of the Saharan dust layer. It's a very dry air mass, and it gets pushed across the Atlantic by that high pressure system out over the central Atlantic. And you can see here some of that dust even making it into the Gulf as of right now. So maybe some hazy skies as you go through today, maybe into tomorrow. It will be some of that dust. And you can see a very large plume out in the Atlantic as well. That's helping suppress a lot of that tropical activity. But let's go just a little bit further out in the forecast. You do have the Climate Prediction Center. They do have an outlook that goes a little bit further out than the National Hurricane Center. This is the Week 2 outlook. This will be July 16th through July 22nd. And with this, it's indicating about a 20% chance of tropical development in the northern Gulf. So once again, July 16th through July 22nd, and a fairly low confidence. This is very far out. This is not saying that there will be a system in the Gulf. It's going to be more of a, it's possible. Very similar to what we saw with Tropical Storm Chantal. It's a very similar setup where you have this cold front that starts to decay. It lands just north of the Gulf or within it. From that boundary, it starts to break down. You can get a small low pressure zone to start to develop, and if the conditions are right, then it could continue to develop, eventually becoming a tropical system. But there are a lot of ifs there. We need to have water temperatures out in the Gulf are very warm, so that is favorable. Wind shear. Wind shear could be a problem. You can see there in the center, just to the left-hand side of the screen, mainly to the south and to the west of Houston, there's a fairly strong high-pressure system in the northwestern Gulf. That could be an area of very strong wind shear that could suppress anything from developing, as well as the potential for moisture. You do need a lot of moisture to help sustain a tropical system. And you can see there is some cloud cover in the eastern Gulf that could maybe be a factor where it's favorable on that side. But once again, placements, timing, these things are very, very far out at the moment. At this time, I would say there really is no concern for South Mississippi. It's just something to kind of bookmark, keep an eye on it. We'll check back in about 5 days, in about a week, to see if this develops any further. But, of course, we'll continue to watch the model trends. As of right now, very low chance and really not a concern. More of a broad low pressure system expected to linger somewhere in the Gulf during that time period. Now, much more sooner is the next full moon. And this will be tomorrow, Thursday, July 10th. This is officially the full moon will occur at 3:36 p.m. while the moon is below our horizon here. But the moon will rise in the eastern sky at 8:21 p.m. The only problem for us would be cloud cover, as well as the potential for a little bit of rain still in the area. We are going to be dealing with those scattered showers and storms once again tomorrow, maybe even a little bit more widespread than we're going to see today. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. The forecast may not allow us to see the full moon coming up, but at least at some points during the evening, late evening into the night, you will be able to see it. It is known as the buck moon this time of year. But let's look over at the 7-day forecast. things do look pretty nice here across the South Mississippi area. We do have those much higher rain chances Thursday and Friday. Those afternoon showers and storms will become a little bit more numerous as that dip in the jet stream does pass through our region. What we saw earlier with those two high pressure systems, that would briefly allow for the potential to see those much more widespread showers and storms, but at least for the entire 7-day forecast, we are looking at a very summer-like forecast. High temperatures in the 90s, heat index values in the triple digits, scattered showers and storms each afternoon. That typical summertime feel here in South Mississippi. Overall, not a bad forecast at all.
Waking Up with Wesley has been sponsored by Exclusive Auto Brokers. For the best deals on wheels, visit Exclusive Auto Brokers on Beatline Road in Long Beach.